Hi everyone, my name is Whitney Langston. I am 24 years old and this is me documenting my journey to have bariatric surgery. So I'm having Roux-en-Y bariatric gastric bypass surgery on March 24th of 2021. And right now that's a little over, this about 8 days away. So today is March 16th, 2021. Today I started my pre-op diet of my 8-day diet before surgery. So I just wanted to kind of get on here. I think I'm going to start documenting my journey and all that fun stuff. So a little bit about me. I've always kind of struggled with my weight. It's always been, an issue. Although the thing with me is I've always been very comfortable in my body. I've always been bigger. I've been very confident, never had any issues with like self-image or anything like that. I got married in December of 2020, and that's kind of, what really boosted my decision to have bariatric surgery. I started thinking about it in July of 2020 after one of my coworkers at my job. I work at Lansing Urgent Care. One of my coworkers had it done, and she had the gastric sleeve gastrectomy. She had a sleeve gastrectomy done. And that's originally what I was thinking, but after joining a couple of support groups and kind of talking to a few people, the only issue that I was worried about with the sleeve gastrectomy is acid reflux. And I really don't have acid reflux. I don't have any issue with that. I started though noticing a little bit that could be acid reflux, and so that made me just like extremely nervous about doing a sleeve gastrectomy. So I decided to go with the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass. So like I said, I'm going to have that done. It kind of jump-started my journey. When I got married, I was kind of thinking about, where I wanted to go with my life, how the fact of I want to be a mom, and, being 400 pounds is not ideal weight for carrying a baby. So, it just kind of put into perspective for me what I want my life to look like. And I was like, yeah, this is the decision for me. So I've always kind of thought about it. My grandmother and my aunt had it, gastric bypass done, and they said it was very life-changing for them. So I've always really thought about it. I never really thought it was going to be like a thing for me though. My family heard me talk about wanting to get surgery, but I was never really like that serious about it until this past July when I did my first consultation. I live in Lansing, Michigan, so I did my first consultation with Sparrow Hospital in Lansing. After going to them, I just kind of decided that it wasn't for me. So I have insurance through Blue Care Network of Michigan, and with them, because my BMI is so high, I think it's over like 50 because I'm like 400. My highest weight was 400 pounds. They said all weight requirements, all health, nutrition requirements are waived for this surgery. I basically just had to get approval from my primary care physician, and I had to do a couple other things. But the thing that really bothered me with Sparrow was two things. One, they really pushed you to use their supplements, and I didn't like that. My wife has extreme knowledge of supplements. She works at GNC. And so I want her help trying to determine what supplements and such are best for me, what vitamins, work best for my body as a bariatric patient. And I just felt like Sparrow was forcing you to use their products and kind of pushing those on you. And I just didn't feel like that was right. The other thing, though, is that it wasn't a requirement from my insurance company. It was a requirement from Sparrow directly. You had to pay before you could do anything. Like your next step after your consultation was to pay $250 for nutrition fees. So that covered 4 sessions with a nutritionist, 2 group nutrition classes, and 2 individual nutrition classes. And so that kind of deterred me from going with Sparrow, because I was thinking about this right as we were in the middle of a pandemic here with COVID, and my wife lost her job at that point. So I was like, $250 just is not very logical for me. So I kind of waited, and then I rethought about it in December, and they were like, well, it's been more than 6 months, so you have to do another consultation. So I did another consultation, and again, the roadblock was I couldn't get any further with Sparrow because they required this $250 paid up front for this nutrition class. And I was like, yeah, this just isn't going to work. This just isn't happening. So one of my friends that I met through my neighbor, she went through St. Joseph's in Howell, St. Joseph's Livingston out of Howell. And she said they did a really good job. So you know what? I said, okay, I'll do a consultation with them. After I did my second consultation with Sparrow, and I'll decide. So I went into the St. Joseph Hospital in Howell and did my consultation with them, the Michigan Bariatric Institute up there, and I absolutely loved it. They had, vitamins and supplements that they sold in-house, but the nutritionist there was like, you know what? She was like, we have great products, but there are so many, products out there that are better than our products that I would totally recommend otherwise. So I was like, okay, girl. And then it was just an overall better experience for me. So after my consultation, they basically gave me a list of stuff I needed to do. And then I was basically cleared for surgery. So, I did all this stuff within, 2 months. I had my consultation with them in January, I think, of 2021. And, I got all my stuff done and I'm having my surgery here, in 8 days on March 24th of 2021. So it was relatively quick and easy for me. So all I had to do was I had to have lab work done. I had to get an EKG. I had to get cleared by my primary. And I had to get an upper endoscopy. So my first step was my lab work. So I got my lab work done. And then I got my EKG the same day as I got my upper endoscopy. While they were doing my upper endoscopy, they discovered I had H. pylori, which is some kind of bacteria in my abdominal tract, which, to be honest, I'd have never fucking knew that. So that was something interesting. And they put me on antibiotics for that. And then on March 10th, about 6 days ago, I took the form to my primary and got cleared for my primary. So, like I said, today is March 16th of 2021. Today starts my pre-op diet. St. Joseph starts you about 8 days before your diet. So the first 5 days of your 8, so from today until I think the 20th, they said, I can eat anything that I want as long as it falls within 1,000 calories for the day. So I can eat literally anything I want, a burger, fries. Clearly that's not what I'm eating because that's definitely not within 1,000 calories. But I can eat anything I want within 1,000 calories. So right now it's like a little past 5 p.m. on the 16th. And so today was my first day with this. So far I had a protein shake for my breakfast. I had shrimp and carrots for my lunch. And then for a snack with my lunch, I had like a bag of skinny popcorn or whatever. So that right there was like under 500 calories, on my breakfast and lunch. And then for dinner, I'm having a pre-made salad, and that's about, 250 calories. But so from today, the 16th to like the 20th, it's everything I, would normally eat under 1,000 calories. And then from the 21st to the 23rd, up until the day before my surgery, I can't have any food anymore. I can only have clear liquids and protein shakes. So they can be pre-made protein shakes or they can be powder. And then I can only eat clear liquids. So I can eat like chicken broth, beef broth, vegetable broth. I can have like fruit juices, so like apple juice, stuff like that are like see-through. I can have popsicles, just a generic like fruit popsicles, just like the clear ones. If you were to melt them, they'd be clear. I can have non-caffeinated coffee or tea, no sugar, no cream. Water. I can have sugar-free Gatorade. I can have sugar-free Jell-O. So you can either make the packet, like the boxes of Jell-O, or you can get the pre-made sugar-free Jell-O. So yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. My only thing is it's hard for me to not eat because I'm bored at home. Like today is my day off because I had my pre-op nutrition Zoom meeting to go over information about pre-op and post-op. So I was originally supposed to work today, but I had to switch it to be able to do this because it was a 2-hour-long Zoom class that I had to take. So I'm at home and I'm just like, I just really want to eat. That's what I do when I'm bored. I just eat, and I don't think I've ever felt this much of a need to eat, but I'm like sitting on the couch watching TV with my dog, and I just really feel the need to eat. Like, I don't know what it is, and I could not wait to have my shrimp. And I'm just talking to my wife, like, I just keep thinking about food. Now, I was in the mentality before of, this will be my last meal. Like, because I know myself, my eyes are bigger than my stomach. I ordered 2-3 things off the menu because I was like, you only live once. Like, if I don't eat it all, there's leftovers. But then I really always ate it all because I hate taking stuff home. Like, I hate reheating stuff. So not eating is just like, but I keep having to remind myself that this is just a short period in time. Like, it too will pass. We're going to get through these 8 days. We're going to have surgery. I'll be on, a liquid diet for, another week, another 2 weeks. And then I'll be good to eat food again. But like I said, my mentality was I will never have this food again. So like yesterday, I went to Taco Bell because Taco Bell just sounded fucking fantastic. And last time I had Taco Bell, I had a bad experience. Like, it was bad. But yesterday, I was just craving Taco Bell. I mean, I worked half a day. I was just really feeling Taco Bell. So I went and I got the new quesalupa, and I added spicy ranch to that. And I got a Crunch Wrap, and I added creamy jalapeno sauce to that. And let me tell you, that shit was so bomb. But my new life, I'm not having Taco Bell anymore. Just like my new life, I'm not having Five Guys anymore. Just like my new life, I'm not having X, Y, and Z anymore. So, yeah, I was in the food funeral stage. But now I'm in my pre-op diet. And I know that that's just not shit I'm going to be having anymore. You know why? Because this body is a temple and I need to honor it. And we don't eat out of the trash. McDonald's is trash. To be honest, Taco Bell is trash. Like, there's no nutritional value in that shit. But here we are just feeding our bodies from it, feeding our bodies with it, like acting. But, I watched this lady on YouTube, and she's taught me a lot. She had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy. And she's taught me a lot. And she says she eats by the rule of 8s. Okay? If it don't look like an 8, smell like an 8, like feel like an 8, it don't go in her body. Now, if it's healthy, and it's an 8, perfect. If it ain't healthy and it's an 8, it's whatever. But she eats by the rule of 8. She said if it's not an 8, it's not going in her body. We don't eat like we're eating out of the trash behind Walmart, okay? That's just like the Taco Bell shit. That's like food you get out of the trash at Walmart. Like, when food goes bad, they just throw it in the trash. We're not dumpster divers. We don't go into the trash behind Walmart and get food out of there to eat. So to me, the food funeral was necessary. Like, I just felt like that was something I needed to do for myself because that's just not what my life is going to be like anymore. It's just like in Lansing, there's this amazing restaurant called Capital Prime. My wife and I went for Valentine's Day. That was our last time. I was like, if this surgery is really going to happen, the only thing, or one of the only things on my list for my funeral is to have Capital Prime one more time, because I know I'm not going to be eating that food again or in that amount. So I get their Capital Shrimp, which is phenomenal. Like, it is out of this world phenomenal. And I get ahi tuna, which are both appetizers. So I get 2 appetizers. And by the way, they're hella expensive, but whatever. But I know after surgery, I'm not going to be able to eat either one of those. Not just because they're not like nutritious, not healthy, but just for the simple fact of it is too much. Like, after I have my gastric bypass surgery, I'm only going to be able to consume like a couple ounces at a time before my stomach's like, bitch, you better not put anything else in this body. So I'm not going to get to have the ahi tuna and the shrimp together again. And so for me, this food funeral was necessary because now my mindset's different. Yesterday, on top of the Taco Bell, I got ice cream. I went to my favorite ice cream spot, or one of my favorite ice cream spots. And it technically wasn't on my food funeral list up until like 2 days ago. I pulled past that and I was like, bitch, that sounds real good before I have surgery. I pulled in there and they were closed. And I was like, fuck. I was like, I have to start my diet in a couple days. So you know what? I decided to go there yesterday. And this is what I got. I got a large Kit Kat flurry with waffle cone pieces and whipped cream mixed in, and then whipped cream on the top. And let me tell you, that shit was slamming. Like, it was good as fuck, bomb as fuck. It was A1. But again, when I have my surgery, like, my whole mindset's changing. Like, it's not happening. Like, I'm not gonna be able to eat a large of anything. I'm in ice cream like that. No way. So I was like, it was completely necessary for me to do the food funeral. And I feel so much better. I am so excited about this journey. Everybody asks me if I'm nervous. Hell to the no. I'm not nervous. I am so excited. My number one goal in this life is to be a mom. I mean, if I could be I told my wife, I said, that is my number one goal, is to be a stay-at-home mom. I mean, I know a lot of stay-at-home moms are like, no, that's not what you want to do. I love kids. Not necessarily other people's kids. I mean, I like to babysit, but, some people just, But I love kids, though. And so I told my wife, I said, my goal is to get us financially to a place where I can quit my job and be a stay-at-home mom. And I just know, as comfortable as I am in my body and my skin, being 400 pounds, that's just not healthy to carry a baby. And so that's when I decided to make the change. And I am just so excited. I mean, my wife says watching me be healthier will make her be healthier. And she wants to make a race out of it. She's like, I'm about to be down to race you. And I'm like, I don't think you're going to catch up to me, because as soon as this journey starts, this shit going to be falling off. So at the beginning of this journey, now I can't really give you a starting time for this. All I know is my highest weight was 400 pounds was my highest weight. So I started when the first of the year hit, I started like eating better and like really focusing on trying to get my mindset different for the surgery. Not to say that I still did not have Little Caesars, because we probably had Little Caesars still like 5 times in that period. And not to say I didn't eat, how I wasn't probably supposed to or should have, been eating. But, yeah, so I really started my journey January 1st of 2021. And my first weigh-in on January 1st of 2021 was 385.4 pounds. Now, like I said, my highest weight was 400 pounds. So I don't know up until this point when my highest weight was. I just know like the beginning of this year was when I was really trying to take charge of this shit. So, I could have done better on this shit. Like, I really could have. But, up until this point, like I said, I knew that I had the time. Now I ain't got the time because surgery is in 8 days. So on the 1st, I weighed 385.4 pounds. I've been keeping track of my weight, and as of March 11th, I was 356 pounds. So that was a couple days. That was like 5 days ago. Now, given the last 2 days from now, I wouldn't say I was binging, but like my aunt had a party on Sunday, and like yesterday, like I said, I had the Taco Bell. So it wasn't the healthiest, but I wanted to track my weight starting from my pre-op diet. Like when I started my pre-op diet, exactly where I knew I was starting. So today I weighed in at 358.4 pounds, which is still, I gained 2 pounds, but in the long scheme of things, like where I'm going, like my mindset, she's getting there. But I'm really trying to track this shit to see where I fall. So I'm tracking it today, starting. In 5 days, when my first portion of my pre-op diet stops, I'm going to track and see how much I've lost. I'm then going to track it like at the end of my like liquid stage, like right before I go into surgery. And then clearly they're going to take my weight right before, like the day of surgery, next Wednesday, the 24th. So A lot of people have goal weights with this. I would not say I have a goal weight because I don't know where my body feels comfortable. Some people say they get down to, they start at like 280 and they get down to 140, and 140 just makes them look too skinny and too anorexic. So they got to gain like 10, 15 pounds and then they feel comfortable. I don't know where my body feels comfortable. I'm about 5'5.5" or so, 5'5.5" or so. And I'm considered like really morbidly obese, like especially being my highest 400 pounds. Like I am definitely considered morbidly obese. So I don't really have a weight that I want to get down to. I have a size goal. So in this journey, I think it's a lot of people, measure their arms and their, breasts and their waist. I don't want to do all that. I just want to, because this isn't supposed to be a race. This is not a race. This is a life journey. So to me, maybe one day I'll do it. Maybe I'll look back at this and say I should have done it. I don't know. But I just want to get down to like a 12, 14, like pant size, probably like a large shirt size, 12, 14 pant size. And if I can get down lower than that and feel great, then great. But right now, depending on what brand I wear, what clothes I wear anywhere, from a 24 to a 30 in pants. And I wear anywhere between a 2X and a 4X in shirts. So getting down to a large in shirts and a 12 to 14 in pants is like a big difference. And the coworker that I work with at Urgent Care who had this surgery, she got it a little less than a year ago. And she's already lost over 100 pounds and already down 10 pant sizes. So that's just what I just want to get myself to just a healthy being. Being 400 pounds is not healthy. I always tell people I can do anything else anybody else can do. I just might do it slower. So if you want me to run a mile, I can run a mile, bitch, but it'll be much slower. If you want me to climb some mountains, bitch, I'm going to climb some mountains. It's just going to be much slower. But you know what? This isn't just for me. This is mainly for me, but this is bigger than me. This is for me. This is for my wife. This is for my animals. Like I got a pit bull and 2 cats. This is for them. This is for when Nicole and I decide to start having babies. Like this is for all that. This is a lifetime. This is a journey. Like this is not something that's going to happen overnight. And I hate all the haters. I'm calling out my mom on this one because she is one of them that thinks surgery is the easy way out. Now, please tell me they didn't really just say that to somebody, because surgery is not the easy way out. This is a tool, okay? This is a tool, and you're supposed to use this tool for the rest of your life. This is not the end-all, be-all. This is not, I'm going to get this surgery, and I'm just going to, and there's no work to be done. I could die on the operating table. I could be, vitamin deficient for the rest of my life. I'm going to have to be, depending on vitamins every single day for the rest of my life, because my body is going to be different. Like you lose your hair during this process. A lot of people, their taste buds change. A lot of people's dental, like your teeth change. Like these are major changes that are happening to your body. And a lot of things happen and a lot of people don't understand. So they call this the easy way out. And that's the only person that said that to me is my mother. My mother, I love her. We have our problems. We have our ups and our downs. She has done this naturally. Great. That is just wonderful. I have tried. I was a vegan for 3 months. I was working out like 5-6 times a week. I lost 50 pounds, but you know what? I gained all of that back. I gained it all back. And it's just, there's nothing easy about this. There is nothing easy about this, because this is a change in my body for the rest of my life. I don't get to undo this. Technically, with a gastric bypass, you can't undo it. You can just have them go back and redo it. But that's just not how this works. I'm not paying all this money. My insurance company is paying a good portion of this, but I still end up paying $3,000 at the end of this. At the end, when I get all of my medical bills, I haven't even had surgery yet, and I have $800 worth of medical bills that come in. So for all this to be happening, I ain't paying all this money, And this, you gonna tell me this is the easy way out? Because I'm losing money. I'm about to lose hair, my vitamins. But I mean, I'm gonna have to be taking a lot of vitamins. I mean, everything is gonna change. Like my whole entire life is gonna change. And this is not just a diet that you can just start one day and go back, the next. This is not that. This is a whole lifestyle change. This changes everything in my life. So for people to say that surgery is the easy way out, it is a tool. And you will drop weight quickly. Yes, you will. When I can't imagine how much weight I'm actually going to start, dropping off. My surgeon says with the bypass, I'll probably lose about 150, pushing 175 or so, depending on where I start and where my body feels comfortable. But there's just nothing that's easy about this. I mean, I work the 3 days right before surgery. Don't mind my broken nail. I work the 3 days right before surgery. So, and I'm going to be in the liquid stage, which means I cannot have any food. You know how hangry I'm going to be for 3 days working face to face with patients at urgent care when people are sick. I'm going to have zero tolerance, zero patience, to me, there's just nothing easy about this. And if people would actually look into this surgery and the side effects and the ups and downs and look into people's journeys, they would not tell you this is the easy way out. That just wouldn't come out of people's mouth. It just would not. But let me just tell you, I am so excited to start this journey. I don't know how often I'm going to post videos. I just thought it's been helpful for me for people documenting their journey. So I thought that maybe I would start documenting my journey. And I'm into makeup. If you cannot see by my face, I'm really into makeup. So I've always wanted to start a YouTube or something with makeup and everything like that. And people said I should start a YouTube with makeup. But I don't like being in front of a camera. As much self-confidence as I have, I do not like being in front of a camera. I don't like people looking at me, people seeing me. I don't like being on stage, public speaking, nothing like that. But I thought that this journey might be helpful to somebody. So I don't know how many times I'm going to post. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know if it's just going to be me walking around like I am today, just spitting at y'all. But I just wanted to go out there and post something because I just want to share my journey. And I have gotten a lot of love from a lot of people about this, saying how this is going to absolutely change my life. And, to be honest, I'm so excited. Nicole and I got married in December of 2020 in Vegas. It was in the middle of a pandemic, just the two of us. We just ran. We planned it, we planned it, but we ran off and we got married. Shit, we were engaged 2 years prior to that, and we've been together 4 years. So, but we always said that our big wedding, our big, big expensive wedding would be on our 10-year anniversary when we hit 10 years of being married. And I want that to be when people look at me and drop their jaw. I want people to drop their jaw at how damn fine I'm going to look when this body gets down to fucking 170, 180, 190 pounds. I don't even remember the last time I was down that low. I just don't remember it. For all my life, I remember being big. And shit, when I was a little baby, I had boobs. You see these bitches right here? Don't mind my shirt, but you see these bitches right here? So, my whole life, I've been big. And you know what? I'm so ready. I'm so ready for all these changes. I'm so ready for me, for my future babies, for my kids, for my animal babies, for my wife. I am just so excited to start this journey. But anyway, that is the start of many videos to come. And y'all have a nice day.